We're here with Mr. Morrison, Joseph's dad. Joseph passed away a couple years ago from leukemia, so we're about to interview him, and we thank you for his time.
Sure, not a problem.
And we're just gonna ask him questions about Joe. And well, we all knew and loved Joe at school over in Wilson, and he was always like, we always remember him being so positive and nice to everybody. Like, and we just want to learning about his illness really changed his perspective on things or anything? Like,
I don't think so. Really, at that age, it's really hard, I think, for anybody. It started when he was just turned 12 and went up to when he was 14. It's hard for anybody that age. I mean, it's hard for people my age to kind of comprehend, okay, this is something that can easily kill me. You know what I mean? He dealt with being in the hospital. I mean, he had times where he hated it, There was a lot of times he really missed going to school. He missed being normal. Then that said, though, when he did get to go back to school, he wanted to keep his head shaved, so he didn't seem to mind that part of not being normal. But, really, I think as far as his outlook and everything, no, he stayed really positive, even right up until the end. He talked to his mother a little bit about when she asked him, are you worried about dying? Are you afraid of it? And, he admitted, everybody's afraid of that, but it wasn't something that, he stayed up at night, and crying and stuff like that. He really kind of tried to be as normal as he could.
Just accepted things.
As best he could, yeah.
Be strong about it.
Yeah.
And what were some of his favorite things to do in life?
Well, Pokemon. That was his big. He really, if you look at, you talk about looking at some of his Facebook pictures. There's pictures where he's got them lined up on the edge of the bed and everything as part of the picture. That was a big thing for him. He really liked a lot of the anime. We would always have, we called it Bender Time, when Futurama would come on. We were at the hospital. For a while, their Futurama was on every night at 10 and 10:30. Bender Time, all right. Bender Time. And so he liked anime. He loved robots, he loved Pokemon, a lot of science fiction. He really took a lot of interest in what's going on with the doctors too. As far as he would ask them, what is this going to do? What kind of chemical is this, and things like that. And there was a surprising amount of medical knowledge that he had by the time he was done. A lot of times when he would get out of the hospital and they would mention stuff to him, and he knew exactly what it was. He picked up a lot of that.
Well, during these tough times, what really helped the family cope with things, and how did others help?
Well, my Joseph's mother, my ex-wife, she and I are both lucky that both of our parents lived nearby. So we had a lot of grandparents. My sisters, her brothers, all the parents we knew in Scouts. Jacob was in Scouts with Joseph. All the parents really came together and helped us. There was a lot. My other two children, Nicholas and Alex, there would be days, especially during the summertime, where I would be up there and his mother would be at work, or vice versa, and they would be going from house to house with people around here, and just they would call us and say, hey, this is so-and-so, this other person just brought the boys over me, they're going to stay with me tonight. And it was really nice that when we had to concentrate on what was going on with him, we had to be up there with him, and we didn't have to worry about it. So that really helped. We also had, there's an organization called Heroes for Children, which is a nonprofit organization that helps families that have children with cancer. And usually the way they help is just straight up financially. They get donation stuff and they bring it right to the families. And especially when you have times where you can't work because you're up at the hospital, or people don't really realize how expensive the hospital is. If you're paying for your food in the cafeteria every day, you got to pay to park, and you got to drive there, gas and everything. It gets really expensive really fast, and that's just that stuff. The actual hospital bills. You have to. I saw you guys wearing the blood donation shirt. You have to pay for blood unless you can get people to donate blood for the person in the hospital. And Jacob's mother organized a blood drive, so we ended up not paying for any blood, which is great because it's you don't think about having to pay for blood when you get surgery and stuff, but you do. So that charity helped us with a lot of that. So yeah, I'm love that you guys donated blood. That's awesome.
Well, what if any advice or helpful words would you give to other families out there who have children, you know, fighting the same fight that Joe did?
Well, I'd say definitely don't, get them in to the doctor as soon as possible. If you think there's something wrong, and a lot of people look up stuff on the internet and go, wow, that kind of sounds like leukemia, or that sounds like, a carcinoma or something. Don't even, go right then. Go see your doctor, and if the doctor says, hey, head down to the hospital and talk to the oncology doctors, then do it immediately. Also, don't be afraid to ask for help. Like I said, there's Heroes for Children. There's a bunch of other organizations that are just waiting to help. And a lot of people, they don't know where to go and they don't know who to ask. And there's social workers at the hospital, and that's all they do is coordinate that stuff. So that would be my big thing. And that, and just don't give up.
Of course.
Do what you got to do, and just you prepare for the worst, but you always hope for the best. That's really all you can do.
Just have the will.
Yeah.
What do you think Joseph would like everybody to remember him by most today?
No, that's what Joseph would like. That's interesting. I think that the very first thing you said about that, people remember that he was nice.
Yeah.
He always tried so hard to think the best of everybody. Even people that, in my opinion, probably didn't even deserve it, he still tried to think the best of them.
Yeah.
So I think he would be very happy that you guys remember that about him.
Exactly how he knew.
And I think he would be, if people remember that he was funny and he was fun to be around, I think he would like that too, because he always enjoyed making other people smile and making them laugh.
Well, that about wraps it up.
Okay.
Thank you.
Not a problem. Thank you.
Coming here today. Really appreciate it.
Anytime.
We should get a picture of you. Want to get a picture of you?